Hi, Jenny here. For dinner tonight, I came across a recipe from a YouTuber that I watch. Her name is Christina Kuzmich. She's a very funny gal, so if you haven't ever watched her, look her up. She's good. She's also written a book, and she's done some like Facebook Lives where she's done some cooking and stuff like that, and so this happened to be one of the recipes that she had made, and so I thought I'd make that tonight. So we're going to make some vegetarian chili. Let's get started. For this recipe, we are going to need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 yellow onion, 1 red bell pepper, 1 sweet potato, 3 cloves of garlic, a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of cumin, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, half a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of cocoa powder, 1.5 cups of vegetable broth, a can of diced tomatoes, like 15 ounces, a can of kidney beans, and a can of black beans, and then a tablespoon of soy sauce. We are going to start by draining our beans in a colander, and then these can sit here and drain while we chop up our other ingredients. So with our kidney beans and our black beans, we'll just put them in there and rinse them. We're going to cut up the onion first. That's going to get sauteed in some hot oil for a couple minutes before we add some of the other ingredients. So I will cut that up first. Seeing as the onion would cook faster than I can chop up the other 2 vegetables, I'm going to chop these up first. I just put the onion aside in a bowl for right now. We'll chop up our pepper into small bite-sized pieces, and we're going to do the same with the potato. Potatoes kind of are harder, take longer to cook, so we're going to chop those up into nice bite-sized pieces also. With the pepper, you want to make sure that you remove all the middle parts and a lot of the white area that's around there. It's kind of the pith that makes it taste a little bit bitter if you have any of that in there. And same with any of those little seeds. You want to make sure you get all the seeds out of there. Alright, for our garlic. Garlic comes in a big bulb when you get it at the grocery store if you want fresh garlic, and each one of the bulbs comes with many cloves on it. So depending on how much garlic you like will depend on how much you want to put into your dish. So I know this recipe called for 3 cloves. No, it's kind of small. thinking we'll go 4. One I like garlic and a couple of cloves are small. So you also need to get this paper off of the cloves. So in order to do that, an easier method is you kind of smush it a little bit with a knife. And then that paper will come off real easily. And then you're down to just the bulb. I forgot, usually, ha! Cut the end first. That'll come off. Yeah, cut off the end first. That makes it easier too. But anyways, that's how you get the paper off of your bulbs. Alright, and then to mince the garlic up, kind of the same thing. It's already kind of smushed. You can smush it a little bit more. Maybe not. And then, these are pretty good. This one's pretty big. And then we just cut it up. So we're going to put approximately 2 tablespoons of oil in. You could measure it out if you want to. At least enough to kind of cover the bottom of your pot so that your onions can cook in there. So we do that, turn it on medium heat. Let that heat up a little bit and then we'll cook our onions just for a minute or so. We'll start adding our other ingredients. Alright, we've got a good start. We're going to add our garlic. Add our garlic. Just on the camera. And garlic is very sticky. It's very sticky to your fingers, so you can use the utensil. Better do it that way. We'll also add our sweet potatoes and bell peppers, and we'll cook those up for a couple minutes, and we'll add the rest of our seasoning. Alright, we're going to add our teaspoon of cocoa powder. I have some Penzeys chili powder. This stuff is super strong. Now if you get chili powder from the store, I've been able to add a tablespoon or so of that and that's been just fine. With this spice, when I do that, it's overpowering for me. So I'm going to only add a teaspoon, and not 2, and then a teaspoon of salt. And then we have a half a teaspoon of cumin and half a teaspoon of paprika. We have our 1.5 cups of vegetable broth. Tablespoon of soy sauce. And then I'll add the can of tomatoes and then the beans. Alright, that's all there is. Okay, now we have to bring it to a boil, and then we will simmer it and let it cook for an hour. All right, the chili is come to a boil. Kind of, it's boiling more on this side than it is this side. But in any case, so as I said, we're just going to put this on low heat. We're going to simmer it, cover it up. We'll stir it a couple times, but we're going to simmer it for an hour. Just enough time to get the dishes done. Yay! So I will see you then. All right, it's been about an hour. So the most important thing really is that the potatoes are soft enough. The rest of it should be heated through. That shouldn't be a problem. And where's my fork? So if you grab a potato, and then make sure that it's soft enough to eat. So that looks pretty good. So we can dish it up and eat it. Dinner is done. So you can top this with some sour cream, avocado pieces, or some cheese. I forgot to have sour cream on my grocery list, so I put cheese on there. I have that handy. And kind of remembered the wine coolers this time, so my dinner is all set. And do you can you tell that I don't live in the desert? I don't live where there's cactuses, because there are cactuses and I colored the ground green instead of having a sandy area. Oopsies. And then, you know, it's just a floating island because there's sky behind here too and all that. I don't know, perspective, maybe you could be looking down, but you know, physics would say that's not right either. So, my physics class was way long ago. I'm past that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you try this chili or what kind of chili that you like. I'll leave this recipe down in the description below. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I'm up to 200 now. I've just passed that, so woo! I'm so excited. So thank you so much. I'm going to enjoy my dinner now. You guys, keep it positive. Go make it a great day. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, potatoes are just the perfect softness. And very tasty. Yummy.